There was only a week left till the celebration, and all the engines were excited for it to happen, except Henry. He was feeling very negative and upset about it that he wasn't even sure if it'll work.
It's going to be a disaster. I mean, there's going to be a big crowd, and yet not all of them are going to be able to see who the important visitor is.
Don't be so negative, Henry. You don't even know that yet. The celebration is only a week away.
Well, I'm sure we'll be alright. I've been carrying passengers in me for a long time. So I know what it's like to see crowded people.
I agree. Sir Topham Hatt has all of his plans ready for the celebration. I can tell that it's going to be good.
And I doubt that disaster will happen during the celebration. The engines agreed, except Henry. He still wasn't sure about it. Edward was fixed just in time. His jolts weren't shaking anymore, and he felt fresh and ready to go. He was at the shunting yards when Sir Topham Hatt walked up towards him.
Ah, Edward. I was wondering if you were here. Are you busy at the moment?
Not really, sir. What do you need me to do?
Well, the celebration is only a few days away. And since you're back from the steamworks, I was wondering if you can lead Duchess to the station like you did with Gordon a long time ago.
I would too, sir. Thank you for choosing me.
You're very welcome, and thank you for volunteering.
I do have one question, though.
What's that?
Who is going to be the special visitor?
Oh, wait and see.
That made Edward even more excited. The day of the celebration finally came. There was a red carpet placed down, some of the engines already arrived, and there's a big crowd of people who arrived to see the special visitor. Everyone was very excited. Meanwhile, Edward was at the switches, waiting for the royal engine to arrive. He tried very hard not to get super excited. Otherwise, his jolts would probably shake and he'll have an accident again. But at last, Duchess pulled up next to him, and were pleased to see each other again.
Hello, Edward. It's been a while since I last saw you.
Indeed it is. How's things been going for you?
Oh, you know, doing the very same exact thing over and over every day, by pulling the royal family to any station they need to get to. But I'm glad to be here on Soda for your 50th anniversary of the Railway Series books. And carrying this important passenger that makes my day even more exciting.
I see. Can I ask who the visitor is?
Sorry, we can't tell you yet. It's a surprise.
All right. I guess there's still one way to find out. Let's wait for the signal to be changed, and then we can get started.
So they waited for the signal to change so Edward could start guiding her to the station. But nothing happened.
That's funny. We should have started moving right along by now.
Perhaps something happened.
The Duchess was right. The signalman walked towards the two engines.
The signal is jammed. I'm not able to turn it green for you, so you better start without it, I'm afraid.
But what if there's another engine coming towards us?
Don't worry. I already checked, and you two are good to go.
Well, all right then. Let's get going.
Edward blew his whistle, and he puffed in front of the Duchess, and she got onto his line and followed him from behind. At the station, everyone was waiting for Edward and the royal engine to arrive with the special visitor. I knew it. That silly old Edward couldn't even find his way to here. Maybe he's starting to lose his memory, or... Before Gordon could continue, Edward's whistle could be heard, and then they were in sight. Everyone cheered to see that the two engines were okay, and nothing happened to them. The Duchess pulled up to the station, and the door opened for the visitor to walk out. When the visitor walked out of the coach, everyone couldn't believe their eyes. Who is it, you may ask? It was no other than Prince Charles himself. The people cheered even louder. They weren't expecting him at all.
Welcome, Your Highness. I do apologize about the delay. We had no idea that was about to happen today at such bad timing.
Not to worry, sir. I had a lovely ride coming to this island. I even remember when your grandfather and Thomas came to England when I was just a small boy.
From what he told me, he was covered in coal dust and looked very dirty.
Yep, but he also proved that both he and the engines work very hard and are really useful to the railway.
That's for sure. And I make sure this railway is still on top of things to this day. He would have been very proud to meet you again.
I know he would too. Now, why don't you introduce me to all of the engines? I still remember Thomas, but how about the others?
Sir Topham was very happy to introduce him to the engines. Then Charles thanked the Duchess, then Edward, and then Thomas for being really useful and the creator of the railway. Thomas couldn't help but shout, "3 cheers for the Prince! Pink, pink!" They all whistled. Charles had his ears covered and told Sir Topham had something that he'll never forget.
My mother was right. All of your engines are really useful, and the credit to your family name.
Sir Topham blushed and thanked His Royal Highness, and the engines all agreed that this was the best way to celebrate the 50th year anniversary since the first book was published.